So today, we have one heck of a great episode. Like seriously, what we're gonna do is gonna be so awesome. We're gonna grab our Spain on 4 kitchen and take a virtual visit to the beautiful country of India and recreate one of their most classic dishes from the north of the country. We're talking Chana Masala. Of course, I'm gonna add a Spanish flair to this dish, but we're gonna try and keep this as authentic as possible. And let me tell you, this Chana Masala has so many beautiful flavors to it. Like seriously, a huge explosion of goodness, thanks to all the spices that are used. It's very easy to make, and it's the kind of food you should be eating as it's very healthy for you folks. Serve this Chana Masala next to some basmati rice and garlic naan bread for the ultimate culinary experience. Let's begin by getting our ingredients ready. I'm going to finely dice one medium-sized red onion, roughly chop 6 cloves of garlic, finely grate between 3 to 4 tomatoes to end up with 1 cup of tomato sauce, which is 225 grams. If you don't have a grater, you can use finely chopped the tomato, or you can even use canned tomato sauce. We'll cut a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger, which is 2.5 centimeters, and finely grate it. We want to end up with 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, which is about 6 grams. Once again, if you don't have a grater, you can use finely chopped the ginger. And we'll reserve 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds, which is 6 grams. And for the final ingredient to prepare, let's make our spice blend. I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of dried cilantro, which is also known as dried coriander, into a bowl. This is 1.20 grams. Along with 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, which is 2.5 grams. 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 2.30 grams. A 1/4 teaspoon of hot smoked Spanish paprika, which is about 1.15 grams, and a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams. And we'll give this a mix, that way everything's evenly mixed together. Now the saffron threads I'm using to make this spice blend, as always, are from Golden Saffron. You'll find a link where you can get some in the description box below. Alright, let's start cooking our Chana Masala. I'm going to grab a large fry pan, heat it with a medium heat, and add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters. After heating the olive oil for about 2 minutes, I'm going to add in the diced red onion and the 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds. And we'll give this a mix, that way those onions and the cumin seeds are fully coated in that olive oil, and you want to make sure to mix this continuously, that way the ingredients don't brown too quickly and they all evenly saute. After about 4 minutes, and the onion is translucent and lightly sauteed, and those cumin seeds are nice and aromatic, I'm going to add in the chopped garlic and the grated fresh ginger. And we'll mix this together, and once again, remember to mix this continuously, that way all the ingredients evenly saute. And we're only going to go for about 1 minute on the garlic and ginger. We don't want to brown those ingredients too much, we just want them to be nice and aromatic. After about 1 minute, I'm going to add in the spice blend. And we'll give this a mix, that way the spice blend is evenly coating all the ingredients, and then lightly toast them for about 30 seconds while you continue to mix it, which brings out the aromatics and the spices. Then we'll add in our 1 cup of tomato sauce, which once again is 225 grams. And we'll give it a mix, that way everything's evenly mixed together, and simmer the tomato sauce for a couple minutes. After simmering the tomato sauce between 3 to 4 minutes, and you can see it's slightly thickened up, it's time to add in the chickpeas. I'm going to add in 2.5 cups of cooked chickpeas, which is 400 grams. Along with a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, which is a little over 1 gram. The baking powder makes the chickpeas ultra soft, giving them an incredible melt in your mouth texture. And we'll season everything with sea salt. And we'll give this a gentle mix, that way everything's evenly mixed together, and once again remember to be gentle here, otherwise you can easily break those chickpeas apart. Once everything is well mixed, I'm going to add in 2 cups of cold water, which is 475 milliliters, and we'll turn up the heat from a medium heat to a high heat. And we'll give this a mix and bring the water to a boil. Once the water comes to a boil, I'm going to place a lid on the pan and lower the fire back to a medium heat. And we're gonna simmer this for about 25 minutes. This is enough time for all the flavors to develop and for the chana masala to end up with that classic thick and rich texture. After about 25 minutes, I'm gonna remove the lid from the pan. And look how beautiful this turned out. And as you can see, the majority of that water has been absorbed by the chickpeas and the vegetables, giving us a beautiful thick texture. You know, you can always push down on a couple of the chickpeas and then mix it around to end up with a thicker texture. For the next step, I'm gonna turn off the heat, add in a dash of garam masala, some freshly cracked black pepper, and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. And we'll give this one final mix, that way everything's evenly mixed together. Then we'll transfer some of the chana masala into a serving dish. And we'll sprinkle it with some finely chopped cilantro. Check it out, our Spanish style chana masala's done. Such a beautiful presentation to this dish. Incredible aromas coming out of it because of all those spices. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. All right, folks, time for the moment of truth. Let's see how this chana masala turned out. Here we go. Try this, it is so good. First things first, a shout out to all the folks over in the country of India for creating such amazing recipes. That blend of all those spices, it's absolutely delicious. Yeah, we added a little bit of a Spanish flair to this dish, but we kept it pretty authentic. You saw this, easy to make, done in about 40 minutes, and like I told you at the beginning, that kind of food you should be eating, as it's very healthy for you, and it's gonna fill your body with so much goodness. Give this version a try at home of this chana masala. You will not believe how good it is. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Karen Reynolds, Melissa Turman, Leslie Tyson, Alan Sanchez, Jay Edwards, and Kevin Moran. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. For the rest of you, if you're not with me on Patreon and you'd like to support Spain on a Fork, you'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.